What are you doing?
なんかいね？君は君
Think you've seen it all? From giants of the deep to beasts that roam the land, these are the 20 largest creatures ever caught on camera. Trust me, some of them are unreal. Number 1, the giant squid. Then, science caught up with legend. Off the coast of Japan, cameras captured the elusive giant squid alive in its natural habitat, an astonishing 43 feet in length. It moved with an unsettling grace, its eyes reflecting the light like something out of a forgotten era. There was no frenzy, no chase, just a silent, commanding presence. The footage felt less like discovery and more like intrusion. Had we just confirmed the Kraken of myth? Possibly. What remains certain is this: beneath the ocean's surface lie creatures that defy imagination, and we've only just begun to see them. But what if one of those giants wasn't underwater at all, but lurking in the swamps just waiting to be seen? Number 2, the Lolong crocodile. When villagers in the Philippines reported livestock mysteriously disappearing near the water, few imagined the culprit would make history. After a dramatic hunt, locals captured Lolong, a saltwater crocodile measuring 20.3 feet, the largest ever caught alive. The moment was recorded, and his sheer size stunned the world. With jaws powerful enough to crush bone and a prehistoric aura that echoed the age of dinosaurs, Lolong was no ordinary reptile. Watching him lie motionless, yet knowing what he was capable of, sent chills down spines. Was he the last of his kind, or just one of many still hiding in the swamps? Yet even Lolong would seem small next to the next beast on our list, a gentle ocean giant that dwarfs absolutely everything. Number 3, blue whale. Even with all our technological advances, few things make humans feel small, quite like a blue whale. Off the California coast, drone footage captured one gliding effortlessly through the water 100 feet of living leviathan. Boats nearby looked like bath toys. There was no aggression, just immense quiet power. Seeing it from above felt almost otherworldly, like watching a moving island. It raises a haunting thought. If this titan can pass unnoticed in our oceans, what other giants continue to drift beyond human reach? And speaking of giants, what if we told you the jungle holds a snake that moves like a shadow and stretches longer than most rooms in your home? Number 4, anaconda in Altamira caves. So workers clearing land near Brazil's Altamira Cave stumbled upon a spine-chilling discovery of an anaconda so massive it barely looked real, estimated at 33 feet long and over 800 kilograms. Its head alone was the size of a human torso. This was the jungle's apex, an ancient predator that has survived since the age of megafauna. The footage sparked debate. Was this the largest snake ever recorded, or simply one that dared to be seen? And if that wasn't enough to make your heart race, wait until you meet a fish so large it makes divers question their reality. Number 5, Goliath grouper, 800 pounds. A diver captured footage of a colossal Goliath grouper, weighing in at around 800 pounds. Its bulk was staggeringly slow-moving, but undeniably powerful. As it passed, schools of fish scattered, giving it a wide berth like sea life instinctively knew not to challenge it. With its thick, armor-like scales and massive jaws, this wasn't just another big catch, it was the underwater equivalent of a tank. It left viewers wondering, how many more of these giants are hiding just below the surface, beyond where we dare to swim? But let's bring our eyes back to land, because the next creature can trample cars and still vanish into the forest like a ghost. Number 6, African elephant. In Botswana's open plains, a wildlife crew captured a moment that felt more like a prehistoric scene than modern-day safari. An African elephant, towering 13 feet at the shoulders, emerged from the brush like a slow-moving fortress. Its tusks curved like ivory swords, worn down by age and battles long past. Every step seemed deliberate, heavy, and final. This wasn't just any elephant, it was a rare giant among giants, the kind that stands above its own kind. And while this titan walks the land, what soars above it commands just as much awe, with wings wide enough to rival a small aircraft. Number 7, flying fox.
The biggest bet has a wingspan of almost 6 feet.
In the fading light of the Philippine dusk, a camera zoomed in on a silhouette hanging from a tree. What it revealed was something out of a nightmare or a biology textbook. The flying fox, a species of fruit bat, measured a startling 6-foot wingspan. Perched silently, its frame resembled a cloaked figure watching from above. When it finally took flight, its wings unfurled with eerie elegance, gliding over rooftops like a silent glider. But shift your gaze from the skies to the road, because the next giant walked right into traffic like it owned the highway. Number 8. Moose in Canada.
Look at that big bruiser. Just taking it easy and going for a walk.
The footage begins normally until a moose casually strolls into view, towering at 10 feet at the shoulders, not including its antlers. It wasn't trotting or startled. It was just walking calmly, like a pedestrian unaware of its mythic proportions. Its sheer height made SUVs look like toy trucks. The antlers? Massive, like a crown of living branches. Drivers pulled over to film it.
Hey, big fella.
Stunned at the encounter. In the wild, moose this size are rarely seen, let alone recorded. It didn't roar or charge. It simply passed through, indifferent and ancient. And if you think that's enormous, imagine what's waiting beneath murky river water, silent, flat, and weighing as much as a motorcycle. Number 9. Giant stingray.
The world's largest freshwater fish has been caught in Cambodia. Here it is right here.
When fishermen pulled their nets from the Mekong River in 2022, they weren't expecting a world record, but what emerged was a giant freshwater stingray weighing 661 pounds and stretching more than 13 feet from tip to tail. It didn't thrash or panic, it simply hovered, calm and heavy, like a drifting island. Its eyes, set low on its flat body, seemed ancient, almost mournful. Scientists tagged and released it after filming, but the moment stayed with everyone present. For such a massive animal to remain undiscovered for so long speaks volumes about what else the river might be hiding. And now, prepare for a different kind of surprise, because the next creature is small by comparison, but carries a bite you'll never forget. Number 10. Titan beetle.
I have to handle him with considerable care because those huge mandibles.
Deep in the Amazon, where even trees seem alive, researchers filmed a beetle that looked like it crawled out of science fiction. The Titan beetle, at 6.5 inches long, is one of the largest insects ever recorded. Its jaws are strong enough to snap pencils clean in half, and yes, that's been documented. Next, we dive into the deep again, where a long-legged monster with spider-like limbs haunts the ocean floor. Number 11. Japanese spider crab. In the shadowy depths of Suruga Bay, Japan, a diver captured footage of what looked like a deep sea creature straight out of a horror film. It was the Japanese spider crab, as stretching an astonishing 12 feet from claw to claw. With a body no bigger than a dinner plate, its absurdly long legs moved with deliberate, unsettling grace. This wasn't a fluke sighting, this was its domain. Despite its menacing look, it's surprisingly harmless, feeding mostly on the ocean floor's leftovers. From bone-thin limbs to thick muscular bulk, our next creature is a land-based heavyweight that even predators think twice before approaching. Number 12. Capybara swarm. It began as the neighborhood erupted with whispers and the traffic halted, but the footage told a different story. A swarm of capybaras, each weighing over 100 pounds, had taken over a suburban area near Buenos Aires. Normally elusive, these gentle giants moved in groups, calmly lounging in backyards and crossing roads like they owned the place. Social, semi-aquatic, and surprisingly clever, they appeared more like an organized herd than random intruders. Their peaceful takeover left residents stunned and some even amused. It was nature reclaiming space, politely but with undeniable force. But while capybaras calmly roamed the land, another giant was caught far from its natural home, flying, flapping, and utterly prehistoric. Number 13. Andean condor. Perched on a cliff's edge in the Andes, a camera captured a moment that felt almost cinematic. A massive Andean condor spread its wings over 10.5 feet across and took flight. Against the mountain backdrop, it barely flapped, soaring on air currents like a shadow watching from above. Its hooked beak and stark white collar added to its almost regal appearance. But what truly stunned viewers was how slowly it moved, gliding like time itself had slowed. In some cultures, it's seen as a spirit guardian of the skies, and watching the footage, it's not hard to see why. And while the skies hold elegance, the ocean below hides creatures so massive they defy logic, like the next one, discovered completely by accident. Number 14. Megamouth Shark. In 2014, fishermen near the Philippines pulled in what they thought was just another large catch until it blinked. It was a megamouth shark, rarely seen alive and measuring 16 feet. Unlike its more aggressive cousins, this deep-sea giant had soft, drooping jaws and a bulbous head, as if evolution hadn't quite finished designing it. Its wide mouth remained slightly open, as if always feeding or always surprised. Though harmless to humans, its sheer presence in the net recorded on grainy video was enough to send shivers. This was a ghost from the deep, a species discovered only in 1976, reminding us how little we know of what swims beneath. And now, we surface for one of the rarest giants ever spotted on land so elusive, only one has ever been filmed. Number 15. Borneo Pygmy Elephant. Deep in Borneo's tropical rainforest, camera traps recorded a shy, mysterious creature, the pygmy elephant. At first glance, it looks like a juvenile, but don't be fooled. This is a fully grown adult standing 8.2 feet tall. Smaller than its cousins, but with a distinct baby-face charm, the Borneo pygmy is incredibly rare. The footage shows it quietly navigating thick jungle, ears flapping gently, trunk curling with curiosity. Unlike the massive African elephants, this one felt intimate, almost unreal. Scientists believe fewer than 1,500 exist. To see one on camera was like witnessing a legend walk by, without even realizing what you've just seen. But hold that sense of wonder, because up next is something that doesn't just crawl, it crushes. Number 16. Coconut Crab. A coconut crab, the world's largest land-living arthropod, crawled into view. Weighing up to 9 pounds and spanning nearly 3 feet, this creature looked more like a sci-fi villain than a real animal. Its claws are so strong, it can crack coconuts with ease. And it wasn't in any rush. The footage shows it moving methodically, climbing fences, even dragging objects with bizarre strength. It's one of those rare creatures that looks fake until it moves. And once it does, you realize just how real and unnerving it is. But if a crab that climbs walls unsettles you, wait until you see what was caught stalking silently on thermal cameras in the freezing dark. Number 17. Siberian Tiger. Captured in the forests of eastern Russia, a lone Siberian tiger emerges from the tree line 660 pounds of pure, silent power. This isn't a zoo clip, it's the wild at its most raw. Only a few thousand remain in the wild, and filming one in its natural element is rare, almost mythic. Now our next animal has a neck so long, it barely fits in a single camera frame. Number 18. Giraffe. In the heart of Kenya's savannah, a tourist handheld camera pans upward and keeps going. There, standing at 19 feet, is a male giraffe, so tall its head disappears into the canopy. The perspective is dizzying, reminding us that land giants aren't always built for fear, they can also carry quiet majesty. But after all this towering elegance, let's return to the ocean where something ancient, armored, and colossal recently washed ashore. Number 19. Oarfish.
Oh my god!
What are you doing?
When beachgoers in California stumbled across a silver serpentine body sprawled across the sand, they were stunned. It was an oarfish, stretching 26 feet long, a creature rarely seen, let alone recorded. Often referred to as the sea serpent of legend, this deep-dwelling fish undulates through the water like a ribbon in slow motion. The footage of its shimmering body, still fresh, was eerie. No fangs, no aggression, just sheer length and silence. Oarfish are usually only spotted when sick or dying, which makes each sighting feel almost prophetic. For centuries, sailors believed these were signs of underwater earthquakes or omens of disaster. And for our final creature, it's not the largest, but it might just be the most legendary ever caught on film. Number 20. Loch Ness-like creature. The Loch Ness Monster, or something like it, appeared to ripple beneath the waves for just a moment, then vanished. The footage went viral. Experts were divided. Large eel, driftwood illusion, or something older hiding in the depths. While skeptics were quick to debunk, no one could definitely explain what was seen, and that's what made it so gripping. Real or not, the camera captured something, and sometimes what we don't fully understand is what makes the mystery linger. So what do you have to say about these surreal creatures? Which of these took you by surprise? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.